Out in the shop today doing a little bit of work on kind of an odd project. So I got the old BMW here. I got all the wheels off except for this one right there. That's going to become a spare tire, spare wheel. And I have been restoring them. So this one right here is in primer. And then right here on the bench, basically what you got here is some pretty bad damage. I don't know how close I can get here, but you get some pretty bad curb rash right here. And then there's a couple of nicks and chips over here, a little bit right here. Those will probably sand out pretty good. It's been one of those things that's bothered me on this car is that, you know, the car itself looks pretty nice. There's, you know, it's not perfect, but, you know, I like the car and you know, I get a kick out of driving it, but every time I go out and look at it, I have these scuffed out, banged up wheels, and it just kind of drives me nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna get going on this, and you can follow along. I'm gonna have the camera rolling and film a little bit of it. Can't wait to see what it looks like with these new looking wheels. So when I'm doing dusty stuff like this, when there's no chemicals or paint involved, I just use these 3M 7093 filters. They're just paper filters. They're just like a dust mask. But if you start painting, then of course you'll want to use something a little better, which I have. So I don't know if you really hear me very well. I've got my mask on, but I'm going to be going around and looking for damage like this right here. I can kind of scuff it down. I'm just trying to blend it back in on both sides. It's going to leave a divot, so you have to kind of blend it out. It's not going to be perfect. And then we'll see how deep it is. See, it's pretty deep. This one's pretty deep, so I may end up scuffing that down more locally. And then I'll use my filler and just put a little bit of filler in there and then smooth that stuff. It's pretty much down to metal. And then I'll just take my wire wheel, if I can get into that, because there's dirt in there. So that takes the dirt out of it. And honestly, that's not that bad. I mean, that's really minimal. When this is all done, you're going to wipe this down with like a clean prep. My neighbor gave me this, and it's kind of like an acetone or something that kind of cleans everything off. Yeah, I probably need a little bit of Bondo in there. There's some major stuff here. If you can see that. Pretty gnarly. Pretty bad stuff right through here. So I'm going to have to definitely hit that with some 80 grit. Knock that down. A lot of this kind of damage on this wheel. Using this Bondo, this stuff right here, this metal reinforced Bondo filler. So you gotta get yourself, stuff's expensive too, this metal type stuff, but you gotta kind of mix it up a little bit. Usually it comes kind of all unmixed. You want to make sure you get it mixed pretty good if you can. I've already mixed this a couple of times. And then, of course, if you've used Bondo, I'm going to try to make about a 1 inch, you know, little deal, and that's going to be plenty for a 3 inch by 1/2 inch thick little area. They want you to put like 35 drops of the catalyzer, so this is about 1/3 of that. I usually do about 12. That seems to kick off about, it's not super hot in here, so you can do about 12 to 15 drops, and that'll that will, now this stuff is really toxic. This is MEKP, I'm guessing, some sort of MEKP type stuff, catalyzer. You want to wear gloves. I'm going to make a little divot here so it doesn't go anywhere. It'll start running out. It's not like normal Bondo hardener. So let's do like 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. That's good. And then before it soaks into that cardboard, you got to kind of stir it up. Just kind of do this kind of thing. Hope you can see that. You only need, even the most damage that I saw on these wheels, this was probably 5, 6, 10 times, probably 10 times the amount that I needed. But you still need to have something that you can mix against, and I just kind of keep mixing it like that. You want it to be all catalyzed. Just make sure you spend some time. You get some time. It's a little bit colder out here, and the humidity's up, so it's not gonna kick off. It'll take probably half hour. So that's pretty good. And then I'm gonna take and I'll show you here. So you just want to kind of get that on there. Try not to get any oil on it. And I got these dings kind of go up over the surface, so I'm kind of building that up. You can sand this off. You don't want to make a lot of extra work for yourself by building it up super high, but this is the worst spot on the wheel, and I want that to be built up. I'm going to be kind of building that right there. You can kind of see that. I'm making a surface. I'm kind of blending it both ways. And then I'll put that radius in there. And that's really kind of blended out at this point, right down here. And you can use your gloves to kind of smooth it, especially on these, because I got 2 corners up there. I'm going to kind of blend that. There's a ding right there. I'm going to build that a little higher. Just take some time. Get it as good as you can. I'm going to blend it. Now we're going to go this way. Just kind of little tiny dings right here. We'll just put a little glob of it on there and make sure to have enough room to blend that out a little bit. It's pretty minor stuff. You won't even really see it. There's some dings here. Just really minor scuff that I don't even know if you'll even see it. After I put primer on this thing, you probably won't even see these. But we'll try it. This is a little weird because it's kind of smooth, but what I'll do is I'll put some extra up here so I can kind of rebuild that surface. It's going to be a little bit dinged up in there. This is a pretty bad spot too. You can't really see it, but I'll put a little bit back there so I can. It's gonna be a lot of work sanding this down. I mean, this one is pretty bad. This wheel. All right, got this thing set back up here. The Bondo, the metal infused Bondo, finally hardened up, and I've been I do my classic popsicle stick, wrap around a popsicle stick. Got some 80 grit here. And I just go over here and just kind of start blending. I know that I'm trying to blend this little line in right here, so I'm going to kind of keep that angle, kind of follow the angle where it's at, feather it out. It's going to be a little bit rough, you know. You got to kind of keep that. Keep that angle. This is in pretty bad shape, this spot right here, so I'm not being shy about blending this Bondo out. Now what I'm trying to do is work the surfaces this way, and then I'm going to work them up this way, you know, with the edge of this. And I built up plenty of Bondo here, so I can get that blended back, get that shape back into it, plenty of it. So I'm going to keep going. Glad you guys came along for this. Hopefully I can show you the end result here pretty soon. Take a couple more days, probably 2-3 more days of prepping these things. Maybe a couple of days, and then I gotta wait for a sunny day to paint it. So that's going to be a little bit. I think we're going to have rain all week, so it might be next weekend. Unless maybe I can find some place to paint them indoors. I don't know. Maybe I can do that. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good weekend. See you on the next one.